Nobody can be cooler than you if you have your own Lamborghini. Well, except for those who built it with their own hands. To buy this masterpiece, you just need to earn about $500,000 that are for starters. But to create your own supercar, you need something more. Savvy, fantasy, and a few months or even years of spare time. But it is totally worth it. You know they say, if you want something to be done well, you should do it yourself. It's a top 5 handmade Lamborghini. Get ready to be amused. Which age should a man have to be to successfully buy his own supercar? 30 or maybe 40? I'm sorry, but you are already late. The grandson of the Chinese farmer Guo has managed to do it being in elementary school. It is because his grandfather decided that it was too boring to go to school on foot and too dangerous to ride in a backseat of his grandpa's scooter. So, what was his pop supposed to do? He just had to assemble a stylish car for his sweetie from scrap and parts left from old motorbikes. It took Guo half a year and 5,000 yuan, about $750 American dollars, to create the replica. But it is hard to call it a toy, although it looks small. Its electric motor is powered by 5 batteries, which allow you to drive 60 kilometers or 38 miles, more than enough to get to school and come back. We don't know if Chinese girls look back when this mini supercar passes by, but Grandpa's relatives are excited about it and ask him to design the same for them, that's for sure. Actually, the 6 months that Guo needed to assemble his marvel of engineering is not that long compared to the American Ken Imhoff, who spent 17 years building his own Lamborghini Countach. But there is nothing to be surprised about. He just wanted to skip the shortcuts. Instead of using an old car as a basis to turn it into a fake Italian candy, Ken started from scratch, specifically from a wooden frame. He used the frame to measure metal parts of the car. Then the talented Texan created a 3-axis metal frame and undercarriage. Parts of a Chevrolet Corvette were used to design the suspension. The Ford 5.7-liter engine Windsor V8 with a capacity of 515 horsepower became the car's heart. The representation of his Lamborghini turned out to be no less epic than its creation to the wide audience. The car was assembled in his house's basement, which is not supposed to be used as a garage. So when the car was ready, the designer needed to bring it on the street somehow. So he had to make a tunnel under the house, break a wall, and use an excavator to pull the car out. That was the first time he could see the car in broad daylight. It's interesting that the replica weighs 2,700 pounds, or 1,225 kilos, which is 25 kilos heavier than the original model. I guess everyone is keen to know who's faster, the original vehicle with an Italian heart, or the replica with the American Windsor V8. Feel free to express your opinion in the comments. The legendary Lamborghini Diablo. A charismatic devil on Italian roads and one of the 90s automotive symbols can become yours for just around $700,000. I'm talking about the original one, of course, but if you want to save some money, you can consider a model that looks exactly the same and costs just around 50 grand. In other words, $50,000. One of the most mysterious replicas is sold in the USA. We know neither its orderer nor designer. This car is a real hodgepodge of everything that the global car industry has. The Orange Devil copy is based on Pontiac Fiero, works with Porsche 911 transmission, and has a Camaro engine. Even its birth mother, Ferruccio Lamborghini of course, wouldn't recognize that it is fake. But after all, its technical characteristics of speed and power are out of line with the original. But anyway, people who see you driving that pearl on the road wouldn't know it, so maybe you should consider buying it. Who told you that the domestic auto industry goes through a rough stretch? We have no idea what's happening at huge plants, but wonders of auto mechanics take place in the simple local garage of Ilya Strzekalowski. He wasn't satisfied with the nationwide fame he got after presenting the yellow limo made from a Lada. This time, the famous Russian blogger, along with his partner, decided to design Lamborghini Aventador. But if you think about it, you don't need much for this. You just need to get fiberglass car body fragments, download a photo of the original to your iPhone, and place it in front of you, so you could use it as a pattern. Dig out an almost dead Nissan Maxima to use as a donor, and that's it. Just start it somehow. Then don't give up this crazy idea. The birth process of this ideal vehicle started in March 2017, and Ilya managed to film 18 episodes by October. Their insane work is very impressive. The guys even drove their replica out of the garage. It doesn't matter that it reminded of a metal luxury skeleton with an engine, and park it next to the original version of Aventador. What I want to say is that they are quite close to their goal. Moreover, it is the only supercar replica the manufacturing process of which can be followed online. And once again to some talents from China. Two friends, Van Yu and Lin Tiao, became famous in 2012 after they represented a Lamborghini Diablo, which we already mentioned today, as a replica at one of the exhibitions. And it happened for a reason. Their copy is one of the most successful judging by its technical indicators. It has a Toyota engine V8 1UZ. It reaches 60 miles per hour in 4.8 seconds. Plus, it looked good. Their second supercar with a top speed of 190 miles or 310 kilometers per hour is also very impressive. Yeah, the guys definitely benefited from 10 years of studying mechanics in the UK and Canada. Unfortunately, the dream of registering their own trademark cannot be satisfied due to the Chinese legislation which prohibits the licensing of handcrafted cars. I hope you liked this video, and thank you all for watching.